this video shouldn't exist. What you're about to learn was a secret so guarded that not even Thoth, the master of secrets, felt comfortable releasing it. And the reason is simple. It puts the switch of reality in your hands. You've been led to believe that controlling energy is something mystical, difficult, almost impossible. But that's the lie that kept you weak. The truth is, controlling energy is scarily easy, and I'm going to prove it to you in less than 30 seconds. Do this with me now. Rub your palms together quickly for 5 seconds. Feel the heat. Now slowly pull them apart. Feel that pressure, that electricity in the space between them. That's not your imagination. That's your power. That's the energy that shapes your world, and you just consciously controlled it for the first time. But feeling this energy is only 1% of the secret. The real power, the part that was forbidden, is the ability to program this energy to obey your command, to attract what you desire and repel what you fear. And at the end of this video, I'll reveal the key of Thoth, a single activation word that turns the energy you just felt into a magnet for the reality you want to live in. What you just felt was just the spark. Keep watching if you're ready to control the fire. But remember the condition. Learn it, use it, but never ever speak of it. At every moment, your thoughts, emotions, and the focus of your attention are actively sculpting the reality around you. The universal energy field, this vast web connecting all things, is not indifferent to your presence. It responds constantly to what you feel, think, and carry within. Thoth, in his profound teachings, stated that the mind is the great architect of the universe, and that every thought is a form of energy that inevitably seeks to manifest in the physical realm. This isn't some abstract philosophical concept, but a functional description of reality. The principle of vibration, one of the pillars of Hermeticism, states that everything in the cosmos is in constant movement and vibration. Nothing is truly still. The difference between the various manifestations of matter, energy, mind, and spirit lies solely in their respective vibrational rates. Your thoughts and emotions, therefore, aren't isolated and static events. They are dynamic vibrations that you emit, constantly interacting with and influencing the universal field whether you're aware of it or not. The big reality check, the revelation that changes everything, is this. You don't begin to control your energy when you learn a specific technique. You start that process the moment you realize that never, at any point in your life, have you stopped emitting it. Initiatic alchemy teaches that the first and most crucial step of the great work is nigredo, the phase of darkness, where one confronts the rawest form of matter. In this context, that raw matter is your own unconsciousness about your constant energy emission. Recognizing that you are a continuous source of vibrations is the first and most powerful step toward conscious transmutation. Every worry, every joy, every fear, and every hope are not just passing feelings. They're energetic signals you send to the universe, which in turn responds accordingly. You've been an alchemist your whole life, but working in the dark, without an instruction manual, shaping your existence in a reactive and accidental way. Most people live like a musical instrument, playing a chaotic melody, unaware that their own hands are on the strings. The quality of your life, the experiences you attract, and the circumstances you face are largely a direct reflection of the frequency you emit. Frustration, the feeling of being adrift or being a victim of circumstances, often stems from this lack of awareness about your own creative power. The awareness that you are already an energy emitter is liberating. At the same time, it brings a new responsibility. Liberating because it places you at the center of your universe, with the power to influence your reality. And it brings the responsibility to become conscious of what you're transmitting. But emitting by accident is different from shaping by intention. And that's the point where everything changes. Just like the ancient alchemists sought the philosopher's stone, the key to conscious transmutation. And that turning point begins with an awareness that's been silenced by our disconnection from the body. The signals your body constantly sends, those sudden chills, the heat radiating from your palms, the subtle pressure you feel on your forehead, aren't random events or meaningless physiological reactions. They are, in fact, direct perceptions of the energetic field around you. Thoth, in his teachings, referred to the body as a sacred temple and, more importantly, as a finely calibrated instrument of perception, capable of decoding the universe's subtle vibrations. The Hermetic sages understood that the physical body is a mirror of the etheric body, our energetic blueprint. So, the sensations we experience in our skin, muscles, and nerves are often the most tangible manifestation of interactions occurring on an energetic level. When you enter a space and feel an unexplained heaviness, or, on the flip side, a contagious lightness, it's not your imagination. It's your body registering the vibrational quality of that space. The big revelation here is that your body is your primary energy radar. It senses everything long before your rational mind can process, analyze, and label the experience. In the alchemical journey, the phase of albedo, or whitening, symbolizes the purification and clarification of matter. In our context, this applies directly to our perception. By purifying the mind of noise and the body of toxins, our innate sensitivity to subtle energies increases exponentially, turning us into much more refined and conscious receivers. We've been taught to ignore this body wisdom, to dismiss it as subjective or irrelevant. We've been conditioned to trust only what we can see and touch, devaluing the vast range of information we receive through our sensations. Intuition, that gut feeling, is nothing more than your energy radar in full operation, giving you a precise reading of the situation far beyond the apparent data. Start paying attention. Notice the change in temperature in your hands when you talk to someone. Notice the chill on your neck when a deep truth is spoken. Feel the vibration in your chest when you're in a place of great natural power. These aren't accidents, they're data. Your body is constantly giving you feedback about the energetic world, the subtle map that, once you learn to read, becomes an invaluable navigation tool. By honoring and validating these sensations, you begin to reactivate a dormant ability. You stop being a passive spectator and become a conscious participant in the energetic dialogue that permeates existence. But if the body is the radar, what's the button that activates this system with precision, allowing not only to feel but also to direct this energy like the ancient sages did? The activation button for your energy system has always been with you closer than you imagine. It's your own breath. This act, which most of us perform automatically and unconsciously, isn't just a physiological process to keep the body alive. Breath is, in essence, an energetic command. Thoth, in his sacred texts, described the breath of life as the force that animates all things, and breath as the sacred bridge between the visible and invisible worlds, the physical and the subtle, shallow, chest-level breathing, common in our stressed and distracted state, results in a weakened and stagnant energy field. On the other hand, conscious, deep abdominal breathing activates and expands that very field. The Hermetic principle of rhythm teaches us that everything in the universe has its ebb and flow, its tides and cycles. Breath is the most fundamental and controllable manifestation of this rhythm within us, governing the flow of prana or chitta, universal life force. The concrete and transformative step you can take right now is to return to abdominal breathing with intention. This isn't some complex mystical exercise, but a return to how we naturally breathed as babies before life's tensions shortened our breath. By doing so, you're not just oxygenating your body better, you're consciously restoring the flow of vital energy that's been blocked or diminished. In alchemical symbolism, the rubedo phase, reddening, or coagulation, represents the moment when subtle matter condenses, gaining power and form. Conscious breathing is the practical tool to coagulate the scattered energy in your field. It acts like a magnifying glass, focusing the vital force that was once diffuse, making it more powerful, denser, and, most importantly, directable. Try this now. Place one hand over your abdomen and, as you inhale through your nose, feel your belly expand like a balloon. As you exhale slowly, feel it contract. Do this with the intention of pulling energy from the universe into you with each inhale and distributing it throughout your being with each exhale. You are, literally, taking control of the switch that regulates the intensity of your energy field. This simple act of conscious breathing is the missing link between feeling energy and starting to influence it. It's the transition from being a passive receiver to becoming an active modulator of your own frequency. Breathing is the key that opens the inner floodgates, allowing vital energy to flow with renewed strength. And when this energy begins to flow, something within you must be aligned so that it no longer leaks, allowing the great work of your own transmutation to truly begin. And when this revitalized energy starts pulsing through you, activated by your conscious breath, it encounters the blocks and cracks in your own internal structure. For energy to flow with laser-like precision, your body, mind, and soul need to operate in coherence, in a state of alignment. Any internal conflict, no matter how small, creates resistance, acting like a leak that drains your life force before it can even be used to manifest your goals. Thoth, in his deepest teachings, emphasized the critical importance of unity of being. He clearly stated that internal fragmentation, the conflict between what you think, what you feel, and what you do, inevitably leads to disharmony and chaos in your outer world. The Hermetic principle of polarity shows us that everything in the universe has its opposite. But the true work of the initiate is to seek balance between these poles, transforming the duality that tears us apart inside into a strengthened unity. There is a direct teaching from Thoth that resonates with an undeniable truth. What is divided within you will be reflected in the chaos around you. Think of the times you acted against your own values, or said yes when you really wanted to say no. Each of these incoherent acts is a small betrayal of yourself, creating a crack in your energy field. These are the leaks, the energy spent on guilt, regret, self-justification, and maintaining social masks. In the alchemical journey, the conjunction phase, or the union, represents the merging of opposites, the integration of the fragmented parts of the self. Stopping the energy leaks is, in practice, the act of sealing these internal divisions. It's the process of aligning your thoughts with your emotions and your actions with your deepest values. It's having the courage to live an authentic life, where your outer expression is a true reflection of your inner core. This alignment is not a passive state, but an active practice of self-inquiry and radical honesty. It requires you to ask yourself, where am I in conflict with myself? Where is my energy being wasted on internal battles? What truths am I avoiding to maintain a false peace? Every honest answer to these questions is a step toward sealing a leak and reclaiming your power. When you stop fighting against yourself, the energy that was once wasted on internal friction becomes available for creative and intentional use. Your energy field becomes a sealed container, capable of accumulating and holding a powerful charge. Now that you know what blocks you, it's time to learn how to direct with your own hands, turning theory into undeniable, tangible experience. Now that you understand the need to seal internal leaks, it's time to transform the abstract into the concrete, to feel the power that's been built up. Let's do a practical exercise that will guide you to generate a tangible sphere of energy between your hands, allowing you to feel its heat, resistance, and pulse. Thoth, the master of manifestation, taught that the hands are direct extensions of the will, and that through them, subtle energy can be condensed, shaped, and directed. This is a fundamental principle of Hermeticism, where intention and visualization combine to create a tangible reality. This exercise isn't about imagination, it's about perception. Sit comfortably and take a few deep breaths as you've learned to activate your field. Now, rub your palms together vigorously for about 20 to 30 seconds. This not only generates physical heat, but also activates the energy center's secondary chakras in your hands. Then, slowly pull them apart, about 6 inches apart, with your palms facing each other. Keep your attention focused on the space between your hands. Begin to move them closer and farther apart, very slowly, as if holding an invisible balloon. With practice, you'll begin to feel a subtle resistance, a pressure, like two magnets repelling each other. You may also feel heat or tingling. This isn't a trick of the mind. It's the tactile sensation of your own vital energy field being condensed. What you're doing is giving shape to your energy. Focused intention, combined with physical activation, creates an energy ball. You can play with it, feeling its density, its size, and its pulse. In alchemy, this is a step toward the phase of multiplicatio, where the transmuted substance in this case, your energy can be increased and felt, confirming the effectiveness of the whole process. Feeling this sphere is the irrefutable proof that you're not just thinking, but interacting directly with subtle matter. This exercise is your practical initiation. It's the sensory proof that the energy field is not a theory but a reality that responds to your attention and intention. You just took the energy that was once invisible and unconscious and made it tangible. You held it in your hands. This experience is a point of no return, because once you feel your own energy, doubt dissolves and is replaced by direct knowing. You've proven to yourself that the power to shape energy is real and is literally in your hands. This is the first step to learning to direct that energy for healing, protection, or manifesting your goals. But now that you've activated it, how do you keep that energy clean, free, and protected from the invisible noise that tries to drain your strength? just as the ancient alchemists protected their precious creations. This is the turning point, the revelation that unites all previous teachings and delivers the promised power. You've felt the energy, understood its constant emission, aligned your being to stop the leaks, and shaped the field with your own hands. Now, the practice of energy hygiene reveals itself not just as a simple cleansing, but as the master key to full control of your energy and, consequently, your reality. Your energy field, like a sponge, absorbs emotional residues, other people's thoughts, and the density of the environments you move through. Without regular purification, all the previous knowledge and practices would be in vain, like trying to fill a container that's already full of debris. Thoth, in his most profound teachings, revealed that true mastery doesn't lie only in generating and feeling energy, but in keeping it pure and under your sovereign command, free from the impurities that cloud vision and weaken will. The Hermetic principle of cause and effect reaches its peak here. The cause of your energetic freedom is the conscious act of purification, and the effect is unquestionable mastery over your own field. You become the deliberate cause of your vibrational state, instead of being the effect of random energies around you. The final secret now handed to you is the tool to stop carrying weights that aren't yours, and more importantly, to unlock the unrestricted flow of power that exists within you. A simple but deeply effective ritual is revealed. The combination of conscious breathing, powerful visualization, the strategic use of purifying elements like coarse salt or herbs in baths, and the symbolic gesture of energetic sweeping. In alchemy, the solutio phase dissolution is the essential purification of the raw material. Here, it becomes the dissolution of illusions and energetic chains that kept you bound. This ritual is not just a cleansing, it's your declaration of energetic sovereignty. By visualizing a white or violet light surrounding your body, breathing it in, and as you exhale, imagining all dense and stagnant energy peeling off of you and being neutralized by the earth, you are actively rewriting your energetic state. The bath with coarse salt and herbs like rue or rosemary acts on both the physical and etheric bodies, discharging accumulated energies and rebalancing your field. This practice restores your field's original purity and opens the floodgates to a torrent of power that was hidden under layers of external interference. It's the reward for having walked this journey, the proof that controlling your energy is far more accessible than you ever thought. Once you possess the right key, you no longer need to be a victim of energetic circumstances. You can be the master of your own vibrational domain. With your field now purified and the master key of energetic hygiene in your hands, you're ready to take a step beyond cleansing and enter the realm of conscious activation. The question that hangs in the air isn't just how to protect your energy, but how to transform it into an active, radiant source of power. For that, you'll now learn the Pillar of Light ritual, a powerful ancient practice that not only cleanses, but also charges and seals your energy field, establishing your space as a sacred and inviolable temple. This practice is the bridge between purification and shielding, the moment when you stop being reactive and become proactive in your energy management. Find a place where you won't be interrupted. Stand with your feet firmly planted on the ground, shoulder width apart, and your spine straight. Close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths, using abdominal breathing to center yourself in the here and now. feeling the connection of your body with the earth beneath your feet and the sky above your head. Now, turn your attention upward, far above your head, and visualize or sense the presence of a blinding sphere of white and golden light, pulsing with pure and infinite energy. This is your connection to the universal source, the fountain of all life and power. With a deep inhale, visualize a beam of this light descending directly from the sky, entering through the top of your head, through your crown chakra, and beginning to fill your entire being. Feel this pillar of liquid light slowly descending through you, first filling your head, dissolving scattered thoughts and bringing crystalline clarity. The light moves down to your throat, releasing blockages in communication and allowing your truth to flow. It floods your heart, expanding it with unconditional love and compassion, transmuting any pain or resentment into pure acceptance. Feel the warmth and vibration of this divine energy in your chest. The pillar of light continues to descend, filling your solar plexus, the center of your personal power. Feel it strengthening your will, dissolving fears and insecurities, and filling you with serene and unshakable confidence. The light moves to your sacral center, awakening your creativity and passion for life, and finally reaches the base of your spine, your root chakra, grounding you with a deep sense of safety, stability, and belonging in this world. Now you are completely filled with this vibrant light, but the practice doesn't end here. Visualize this pillar of light continuing to descend through your legs and feet, diving deep into the earth. Feel it connecting with the crystalline heart of the planet, creating a powerful anchor that links you simultaneously to the sky and to the earth. You become a conscious channel, a cosmic axis between the spiritual and the material. With this connection established, mentally command this light to begin expanding outward from your body. Visualize it radiating from every pore of your skin, forming a radiant sphere around you, about an arm's length in every direction. This is not just an energy field. It is your sacred space made visible and tangible in the subtle plane. It is your energetic sovereignty declared to the universe. Within this sphere of light, you are at the center of your own power. Nothing can enter this space without your explicit permission. The light acts as an intelligent filter, automatically repelling any dissonant energies, intrusive thoughts, or negative influences, while allowing love, inspiration, and high vibrations to flow freely. You are in a state of grace and power, fully charged and protected. Stay in this state for a few minutes, feeling the strength, peace, and vitality pulsing within and around you. Memorize this feeling. This is your natural frequency, your state of sovereign power. This practice, when done daily, not only keeps your field clean, but strengthens it exponentially, making it more resilient and radiant each day. You haven't just cleaned the temple, you've lit the eternal flame on your altar. With your sacred space established and your energy vibrating at its highest potential, you are now perfectly prepared for the next step. You've learned how to cleanse and charge your field with divine force. The natural question that follows is how to give that force a lasting shape, how to create a permanent structure of protection that will follow you at all times, ensuring no one can invade your inner sanctuary. With your field now clean and your energy flowing with new vitality, the essential task is to learn how to protect this state of purity. The energetic sovereignty you've gained must be guarded as your most precious treasure. For that, you'll learn to create an energy shield, barrier of light activated by your intention. Thoth, in his teachings on the protection of the self, spoke of the importance of sealing the auric field against unwanted external influences, not as an act of fear, but as an act of self-mastery and preservation of your vital force. Creating this shield is an act of conscious and powerful visualization. Sit in a calm state, breathe deeply, and visualize a bubble of bright light forming from your heart, expanding with each breath until it fully surrounds your body, extending about an arm's length in all directions. This isn't a passive imagination exercise, it's an active command. You are instructing your energy to form a protective membrane, a personal force field that is permeable to love and positivity, but impenetrable to dense, negative, or invasive energies. The Hermetic principle of generation, which addresses creation through the interaction of polarities, applies perfectly here. Just as there are energies that can drain and weaken, there are also energies that can strengthen and shield. By creating your shield, you are actively generating a positive and protective polarity around you. You cease to be a passive target for the energies of your environment and become a conscious guardian of your own sacred space, actively deciding what enters and what stays out of your field. In alchemical practice, the coagulatio phase refers to the solidification and protection of the precious substance. Creating an energy shield is forging your own alchemical armor. Your intention and visualization are the elements that solidify this invisible, yet immensely powerful protection. You can strengthen this practice daily, especially before entering crowded environments or challenging situations. Over time, maintaining the shield will become almost automatic, a second energetic skin that follows you. The beauty of this process lies in its versatility. You can program your shield with specific frequencies, using the language of colors. Visualize a golden shield to invoke strength, courage, and the energy of the sunadial for moments that require personal power and confidence. Use a cobalt blue shield to promote calm, serenity, and clear communication, perfect for peaceful interactions. Or wrap yourself in crystalline white light to maintain mental clarity and spiritual purity, repelling all negativity. This shield is not a wall that isolates you from the world, but an intelligent filter that allows you to interact with reality from a place of strength and integrity. It ensures that your energy, now clean and powerful, remains yours to be used according to your will and purpose. But true power isn't just about avoiding the negative, it's about transforming everything that reaches you into strength. And that's what you'll master now, revealing the secret of transmutation that the ancient alchemists guarded with their lives. With your shield raised, you are no longer vulnerable, but true mastery goes beyond defense. Mastery lies in the ability to transform the very nature of the energies you encounter. This is the secret of transmutation, the hidden gift that allows you to convert experiences of pain, fear, and tension into pure power and wisdom. Dense energy should not be discarded or repressed, for that would be a waste of raw material. Instead, it must be refined. Thoth, the great transmuter, taught that true wisdom lies in the ability to transform the lead of difficult experiences into the shining gold of spiritual power. The Hermetic principle of rhythm, which describes the inevitable swing between the opposite poles of existence, also gives us the key to this transformation. Just like a pendulum swings to the right and to the left, energy can be raised from a lower vibrational state to a higher one. The pain you feel isn't a dead end, it's energetic potential waiting to be transmuted. Instead of being a victim of a dense emotion, you can become the alchemist who uses it as fuel for your own ascension. The practice of transmutation is the heart of the great alchemical work, the journey that leads from the darkness of Negredo to the purification of albedo and finally to the illumination of rubedo. Turning pain into power is the essence of inner alchemy. When a challenging emotion arises, like anger or sadness, instead of rejecting it, welcome it. Feel it in your body without judgment, and then use the power of your intention to transform it. Visualize this dense energy being consumed by a violet flame in your solar plexus, the center of your personal power. There are powerful techniques to support this process. Visualization is your main tool. Imagine the energy of pain as dark smoke being inhaled by an inner sacred fire, which purifies it and returns it to you as golden light and vitality. Sound is also a potent transmuter. Chanting the mantra Om or simply the vibration M causes your body to resonate at a higher frequency, helping to break energetic patterns of density. Colors, like violet for transmutation and gold for vitality, can be visualized to intensify the process. By practicing transmutation, you stop being reactive to life's circumstances. You stop fearing the shadows, because now you know they hold the raw material for your light. Every challenge becomes an opportunity to forge more power, more resilience, and more wisdom. You become the master of your own inner universe, capable of harmonizing any dissonance and finding strength in what once weakened you. This mastery over your inner energy fundamentally changes your interaction with the world. You're no longer a leaf in the wind, vulnerable to emotional storms yours or others. You become the calm center of the hurricane, able to hold your peace and power regardless of external chaos. And with this mastery, you no longer react to the world, you start shaping it from the inside out. But how exactly does this inner vibration manifest in the outer reality? And what is the secret to getting the universe to respond to your command? The final secret to mastery lies in the understanding that the external reality is not separate from you. It is a perfect mirror of your internal vibration. Everything you think, feel, and most importantly, maintain as a repeated state of being, inevitably condenses and manifests as form in your life. Thoth, in his teachings on the law of attraction and manifestation, stated that the universe is fundamentally mental and that your mind, as part of the universal mind, is the primary cause of everything that manifests in your experience. The Hermetic principle of vibration is the scientific foundation behind this truth. It shows us that reality is not solid and static, but a dynamic flow of energies vibrating at different frequencies. Your personal vibration, made up of the sum of your dominant thoughts, beliefs, and emotions, acts like a tuning fork. You are constantly tuning into and attracting experiences, people, and circumstances that resonate at the same frequency as yours. There are no accidents, only vibrational alignment. With this knowledge, you transcend passive hope and step into the realm of conscious creation. The final method to exercise full control is to create a personal vibrational affirmation. This is more than a positive phrase. It is the declaration of your desired reality as if it were already true, charged with the corresponding emotion. For example, instead of saying "I want to be prosperous," you affirm "I am the embodiment of abundance," and you feel the gratitude and security of that truth in every cell of your being. To solidify this new vibration, you must anchor it. Choose a simple physical gesture, like touching your thumb and index finger together, or a small object you can carry with you, like a crystal or a stone. Every time you repeat your vibrational affirmation, perform the gesture or hold the object. This creates a neuroenergetic anchor trigger that instantly reconnects you to the desired frequency. Repeat this process with genuine emotion several times a day until this new vibration becomes your natural state and the energy field around you begins to crystallize this new reality. In alchemical symbolism, the phase of multiplicatio doesn't just refer to increasing the quantity of the philosopher's stone, but also to intensifying its quality and power. By raising your vibration and maintaining it consistently through focused and anchored repetition, you multiply the potency of your intention. You're no longer asking the universe, you're informing it of your new reality. The subtle matter of possibility begins to condense and manifest according to your vibrational command. Now you know how to control energy. You've felt it, breathed it, aligned it, protected it, transmuted it, and now you've learned to shape it. What happens from here depends only on you and the consistency of your practice. But to truly master this art, you must go beyond the surface and understand the universal laws that govern this dance between the invisible and the visible, starting with the principle that connects everything, as above, so below. To solidify your mastery, you need to dive into the pillars that support the very structure of reality. The first and most fundamental of these pillars is the principle of correspondence, encapsulated in the ancient Hermetic maxim, as above, so below, as below, so above. This is not just a poetic phrase, it's a functional law that reveals the harmony and connection between all planes of existence, the physical, the mental, and the spiritual. This principle teaches that there is no real separation between you and the universe. You are a microcosm, a miniature universe that perfectly contains and mirrors the macrocosm, the great universe. The same patterns that govern the movement of galaxies repeat in the structure of your atoms and in the flow of your thoughts. Thoth, in his teachings, often illustrated this interconnection, showing how planetary cycles reflect in biological rhythms and how the sacred geometry of the cosmos is found in the flower of life within us. The practical implication of this principle is deep and transformative. Your external reality is a direct and infallible reflection of your internal state. The chaos, lack, and conflict you might observe in your life are not random events forced upon you. They are a mirror of the chaos, lack, and conflict that exist within your own consciousness. Likewise, the harmony, abundance, and love you cultivate internally will inevitably manifest as your external experience. In the alchemical journey, the search for the philosopher's stone is, at its core, the search for the conscious union of the micro with the macro. It is the moment the alchemist realizes that the transmutation of lead into gold in the laboratory is merely a symbol of the true work, the transmutation of their own consciousness. By aligning your inner world with universal laws, the transformation of the outer world becomes a natural and effortless consequence. By understanding and applying the principle of correspondence, you gain the master key to decipher the signs the universe constantly sends you. The people you attract, the situations you face, the challenges that arise, of these are messages, reflections showing you where you are on your own inner map. Instead of fighting the reflection in the mirror, you learn to change yourself and, Watch the reflection shift in response. You stop being a victim of circumstances and become a decoder of Misptasa, co-creator who understands the symbolic language of reality. You learn to shape your life not through brute force or external manipulation, but through fine-tuning and vibrational harmony within your own being. But if everything vibrates and corresponds, what is the fundamental law that governs this energetic dance? And how can you use it to tune your life to the frequency of your greatest desires? The answer to that question lies in the next pillar of Hermetic wisdom, the principle of vibration. This principle states a universal and undeniable truth. Nothing rests. Everything moves. Everything vibrates. This is the foundation of all existence. From the tiniest subatomic particle to the largest of galaxies, everything in the cosmos is in a state of perpetual motion and vibration. The apparent solidity of matter is an illusion of our senses. In reality, everything is energy in different states of oscillation. The difference between the various manifestations of matter, energy, mind, and even spirit is not a difference of substance, but only a difference in the rate of vibration. A rock, water, sound, light, a thought, an emotion, they are all manifestations of the same universal energy, just vibrating at different frequencies. Thoth, in his teachings, described the universe as a vast and complex symphony of vibrations, where every being and everything emits its own unique note, contributing to the cosmic melody. Understanding this law places you as a vibrational being. You are not just a physical body. You are a complex energy field, a transmitter and receiver of frequencies. Your dominant thoughts, deepest beliefs, and habitual emotional states determine your personal vibrational signature. This is the frequency you are broadcasting to the universe every second, and is the same frequency that determines which radio station of reality you're tuned into. The reality you experience, therefore, is not objective or random. It is a direct and precise match to the frequency you emit. If you consistently vibrate at the frequency of fear, doubt, and scarcity, the universe, by law, must present you with circumstances that match that vibration. If, on the other hand, you learn to cultivate and maintain the frequency of love, trust, and abundance, your external reality will reorganize to reflect this new state. In alchemical practice, transmutation is, at its core, the deliberate act of changing vibrational frequency. The alchemist learns to raise the vibration of the raw material, whether it be a metal or an emotion, from a lower, dense, and chaotic state to a higher, subtle, and harmonious one. By mastering the law of vibration in your own consciousness, you become the true alchemist of your reality, with the power to change your inner frequency and thus tune into a new outer reality. This is the mechanism behind manifestation. It's not about a vague wish, it's a precise science of vibrational alignment. You don't attract what you want, you attract what you are, vibrationally speaking. But how, in practice, can you intentionally raise and direct that vibrational frequency to manifest your deepest desires? What role does your intention play in this alchemical process? The bridge between understanding the law of vibration and applying it in practice is forged through the power of intention. Intention is the engine that drives conscious manifestation, the directing force that turns potential into reality. It's not a passing wish or a vague hope. It's focused energy, a deliberate command that, when aligned with elevated emotion and unshakable belief, has the power to imprint a pattern on universal energy and shape reality according to your will. Thoth, in his sacred texts, repeatedly emphasized that focused will is the key to all creation. The clarity of your intention is the first and most crucial step in materializing any goal. A fuzzy intention produces fuzzy results. A clear, precise, purpose-driven intention acts like a laser beam, cutting through the fog of possibility to sculpt a defined manifestation. The Hermetic principle of cause and effect reminds us that every clear intention you emit is a powerful cause that, by law, will generate a corresponding effect in the universe. Mastering the art of intention means using it with precision to manifest your goals. This requires first knowing exactly what you want, with crystal clarity. Then, you must infuse that intention with emotional energy. The mind conceives the intention, but the heart gives it life and magnetic power. Feel the joy, the gratitude, and the relief of already having achieved your goal. This combination of clear thought and elevated emotion creates a potent vibrational charge the universe cannot ignore. You'll learn that manifestation is not an act of random magic, but the conscious and methodical application of universal laws that govern creation. In the practice of alchemy, the alchemist's intention is the most crucial ingredient in every stage of the great work. It is the purity and strength of your intention that guide the transformation of the raw material, protect the process from contamination, and ultimately determine the success of the entire transmutation. Without focused intention, the alchemical work would be nothing more than soulless chemistry. By mastering the art of intention, you take your rightful place as an active co-creator of your life. You stop being a passive observer, waiting for things to happen, and become the causal force that makes things happen. You learn to plant the seeds of intention in the fertile field of universal consciousness and nourish them with your faith and emotion, knowing the harvest is inevitable. Your life transforms from a series of random events into a deliberate masterpiece. This power, however, requires a clear mind and an unobstructed channel of perception. Even the most powerful intention can be distorted or weakened by mental noise and emotional turbulence. Therefore, the next step in your journey of mastery is learning to cultivate inner silence. But in a world full of noise and distractions, how can you quiet the mind and body to access the subtle perception that reveals deeper truths and guides your intention with wisdom? The answer to this crucial question lies in the cultivation of inner silence. This state of mental and emotional stillness is the fundamental prerequisite for subtle perception and for deepening your connection to the universal energy field. In our modern world, saturated with information, notifications, and constant distractions, the mind is almost always in a state of agitation. This incessant noise prevents you from hearing the most refined and important messages. The universe and your higher self are constantly trying to send you. Thoth, in his teachings on meditation and contemplation, guided his disciples to quiet the incessant flow of thoughts, so they could access divine wisdom and the hidden truths that lie beyond the rational mind. The Hermetic principle of gender, which speaks of the masculine and feminine poles present in all things, can be interpreted here as the need to balance the active, analytical mind, the masculine principle, with the receptive, silent, and intuitive mind, the feminine principle. It is in this balance that subtle perception flourishes. The key to unlocking your intuition and accessing deeper levels of consciousness is not in adding more knowledge, but in subtracting noise. you'll learn that silence is not an empty absence. It's the fullness of all potential, the sacred space where true wisdom lives, and your soul's voice can be heard. It's in silence that solutions to your problems appear, that creative inspiration arises, and that your intention can be calibrated with the highest precision. In alchemical symbolism, the calcinatio phase is the process of heating a substance in a crucible to burn away all impurities and reduce it to its essential ash. The cultivation of inner silence is the calcination of the mind. Through practices like meditation, conscious breathing, or simply spending time in nature, you place your mind in the crucible, burning away unnecessary thoughts, worries, and distractions to reveal the pure and untouched essence of your consciousness. By consistently cultivating this silence, you become a much clearer and more powerful channel for universal energy and information. Your intuition sharpens, transforming from an occasional whisper into a clear and reliable voice. You begin to notice synchronicities and signs that once went unnoticed. Your ability to direct your intention becomes immensely more effective, because it's no longer competing with internal mental chaos. With the mind quieted and your perception sharpened, you are now prepared for the final step. You've learned to feel, cleanse, protect, transmute, and direct your energy. You've understood the fundamental laws that govern reality and learned to silence your mind to hear the wisdom of the universe. With all these tools in hand, what is the next and ultimate step in the journey of the great work? The culmination of all transmutation that will lead you to the full realization of your being and complete mastery of your reality. This is the climax of your journey, the great culmination of all the teachings and practices you've integrated. The realization of the great work of the alchemy of consciousness. The final secret revealed is that alchemy was never about transmuting metals in a physical laboratory. That was always a metaphor for the most sacred and important process of all, the transmutation of the self. It's the process of turning the lead of ignorance, fear, and personal limitation into the pure gold of enlightened wisdom, sovereign power, and unconditional freedom. Thoth, the master of masters, taught that the ultimate purpose of human existence is the conscious union with the divine source, the realization of our highest potential as spiritual beings having a human experience. The 7 Hermetic principles, when fully understood and applied, are not just tools for manifesting desires, they are a complete map that guides your soul back home to that sacred union. The principle of mentalism, which states that all is mind, the universe is mental, reveals that you are a spark of the divine mind, and as such, you possess the innate power to co-create your reality in harmony with the all. The key to the full realization of your being and complete mastery of your reality is the understanding that alchemy is an inner journey of radical self-transformation. The classical phases of the great work are, in fact, stages of your own conscious evolution. Nigredo is the honest confrontation with your shadows and the initial purification. Albedo is the lightning of consciousness, the illumination that comes after purification. And Rubedo is the final union of inner opposites, the integration of your human self with your divine self, resulting in the birth of the enlightened and sovereign being. By consciously applying the principles of correspondence, vibration, polarity, rhythm, cause and effect, and gender in your daily life, you become the master alchemist of your own existence. You are no longer a victim of circumstances. You are the architect of your destiny. You learn to transmute any challenge into a growth opportunity, any pain into a source of power, and any dream into a tangible reality. The great work is not a distant goal to be reached, is life itself, lived with mastery, purpose, and awareness in every moment. You become the living philosopher's stone, a being who radiates a transformative and harmonizing influence wherever you go, not because of what you do, but because of what you've become. Your presence becomes healing, your words become powerful, and your life becomes an expression of divine beauty and order. This is the true gold of the alchemists, a treasure that cannot be stolen or lost because it resides in the essence of your very being. Now you know how to control energy. You felt it, breathed it, shaped it, activated it, and understood the laws that govern it. What happens from here on depends only on you. The journey of mastery is infinite, but you now hold the map and the key. Remember, true mastery is silent, lived with humility and power, manifested not in words, but through the radiant quality of your transformed existence. If you've made it to this point in our journey, know that it is no coincidence. Your soul was seeking this knowledge, and your perseverance in making it here is the first great proof of your awakening. So I know you are truly present and connected to this wisdom. Leave this phrase in the comments. I am the alchemist of my reality. That way, we'll create an egregore of power and recognition among all of us walking this same path. Your presence and your energy are already an incredible gift. But if you feel the call in your heart to support this channel in a more direct way, know that it makes a huge difference. In the first pinned comment, you'll find a way to contribute and help us spread more content like this, reaching other souls who are also ready to awaken. Every act of support, no matter the size, is vital to the growth of our work and allows me to dedicate more time and energy to bringing you even deeper revelations. But understand this, the simple fact that you watched until the end is already a tremendous help to the channel. And if this message touched your heart, the best way to honor it is by sharing this video with someone you believe could also benefit from this wisdom. By doing that, you become a beacon, helping light the way for others. And don't leave just yet, because the journey isn't over. I've prepared a very special video to continue this awakening, a next essential step for anyone who truly seeks mastery. It's showing up on your screen now. Click it, and let's meet there to go even deeper into these secrets.